We don't want, sir.
Yes.
No, we
Good
don't
killing,
want.
super killing.
Sir, we don't want.
No, yes, no money.
We
50.
don't want.
No, no.
What?
No, sir.
No boat.
No,
No
sir,
boat.
Gio. We're just looking.
We are sat here watching the cremations. Be crazy just to watch it actually going on. Namaste. Today we are in Varanasi and we're going to be here for a few days to explore the city. This is India's oldest city and one of the oldest cities in the world. Josh has wanted to come here for such a long time, so how excited are you to
I'm
be
very
here?
excited to be here. Yeah, I can't wait to walk around.
We're going to go explore the city and we'll take you guys with us to see what we get up to. We are walking down the busy streets to Assi ghat first. I don't even know if you can hear me with all the beeping going on here.
You are good? I see ghat. This way?
Dhanyavad, sir.
England, sir. Thank you, brother.
Almost at Assi ghat now. No money. Right, take two of walking around Assi ghat. Wish I had one of those like body caps.
Yeah.
Hello. दोनों दवाइयाँ का फोटो खींचना है। माला जूस। अच्छा killing होता है। Killing 100. Yes, no money.
No, no.
Air killing, good killing, super killing, 100 rupees.
Nice, sir.
150. 150, 50.
We don't want, sir.
Yes.
No, we
Good
don't
killing,
want.
super killing.
Sir, we don't want.
No, yes, no money.
We
50.
don't want.
No, no. There's no way.
We've been apprehended by a few people like asking for money and stuff, but it's not actually been too bad. Like, we've had places where it's been way worse, but we have only been here for about 5 minutes, so we'll see if it does get any worse the further up that we go. See, there's loads of like market stalls here. Earrings, jewellery.
Hello, madam.
No, Dhanyavad. So we just walked all the way on the other side. That took about 2 minutes. And I don't think we can go anywhere else. I don't actually know if you can walk along Assi ghat or is it this tiny? So that didn't take long at all. Alright, we're leaving the ghat now. So we're just going to head up to a temple by the other ghats. And just got a little rickshaw here. 100 rupees. Take us up to the temple or close by. You enjoying Varanasi so far?
Yeah, I'm enjoying Varanasi so far.
The guys in the rickshaw said that auto rickshaws can't go any further down the street. So we ended up getting out of that one and getting into this bike rickshaw. But we were very confused as to why we had to get into this bike because as we were riding through, we saw other rickshaws going down there. So I don't really know what was up with that. I actually feel really bad that he's cycling us because we're not very light. There's also this big market that you walk through. It's got food and loads of different souvenirs. So if you're looking for gifts for people from Varanasi, this would be the place to go. Right, we're trying to get into a temple and we just got to one of the gates and they said that no foreigners are allowed in that gate. So now we are trying to find another gate, but it's been very confusing as to where we can actually get in. We've been told we have to go to gate number 4, the VIP gate, because foreigners can't go in the regular gate. We're trying to find it now. We've been told to go so many different directions. And I've also been told there's 700 rupees to get in, which is insane because all the temples in India that we've been to are free. Hoping that we can find it. I don't know if we're going to go in though, because I'm not going to pay 700 rupees to go in, if that is the case. Found gate 1. I can't see any signs for gate 4 and no one seems to understand what we're looking for. It also doesn't say anything on Google Maps about gate 4 either. Still on our mission to find gate number 4, but I think we're getting close because I saw a sign with number 4 on it. So I'm taking that as a good sign. Kind of feels like the back streets of Delhi a bit around here. It's all very like quiet alleyways to walk through. We did not go into that temple because they wanted us to pay for it. So usually temples are free to enter and then you can get like VIP entry for however many rupees. They kept telling us to go to gate number 4, which was the kind of VIP entry that you have to pay to get in. We said we don't want to pay, can we just go to the regular gate? And they sent us to the other gate. Then the people at the other gate said because we're foreigners we have to go to the VIP gate and pay to get in, which is ridiculous. And we didn't end up going in because we don't want to pay to go in. We don't mind going in the regular gate and waiting, but we don't want to have to go to the VIP just because we're foreigners. So we are heading off somewhere else. My God, it's insane here sometimes with people just walking and driving and beeping around you. Like I actually prefer being in these back streets because it's nice and calm and cool. I feel like I'm just hiding away from everyone. Okay, we're entering a different ghat now. I'm gonna put the name on the screen because I can't pronounce it. Dashashwamedh, something like that. Let's check it out, see what it's like compared to Assi ghat.
300. You going this burning ghat, that burning ghat, then come.
We don't want about, thank you.
Half an hour, not long time. What?
No, sir.
Robot.
No, sir, we're just looking. Can they walk from there? We're just looking.
He's going in. How does it feel?
Like the Gangas.
We've just walked around Manikarnika ghat. I didn't take any videos or pictures or anything because it's the ghat where people get cremated, and obviously it's quite disrespectful to be taking pictures and videos of someone's funeral. But it was crazy because you can actually stand up where they're burning the bodies. I didn't think we'd be able to get so close. Like we went up there, I thought we were going to be looking over the river or something, but no, it's happening like right in front of our eyes. That was a pretty crazy experience, obviously. But other than that, there's not much to see on this ghat really. More boats to take you around. Okay, just jumping in here because I forgot to mention about the scams at Manikarnika ghats. So you will face some scams if you're going to the burning ghats. The first one is if you try and take pictures or videos, which are allowed, but it's kind of disrespectful, so I wouldn't take any pictures or videos of the cremations while you're there. You may get a group of people that come up to you and say that it's illegal to take pictures or videos there, and then they'll say that you need to pay a fine or they'll take you to the police. Don't pay this fine, it's not illegal. There's no laws against that. The other one is that people may take you up onto the viewing platform for the burning ghats. They'll talk to you about it there and explain how they work for a hospice and they need donations to buy wood for cremations. Again, this isn't true. The people who are asking for donations do not work for the hospice and the money will not be going to the right place, so don't give any donations at the burning ghats. So we've just come back to the room for a bit. It was getting quite hot out there. A little bit overwhelmed with how busy and loud it was as well. I've been to busier places and louder places like Pune for example, but I still don't think I was expecting it to be this crowded around here. Yeah, we've had a little walk around now, kind of got our bearings a bit, but at the minute, Varanasi is not what I expected. I don't know why I expected it to be more relaxed, a bit more chilled out, a bit more spiritual, and it hasn't really felt like that for me so far, but I'll give it time. Maybe it just needs a bit more time. We'll see. So going out to do one more thing today. We're gonna go watch the Aarti down at the Assi ghat. I think it begins at 7, so we're just gonna walk down there, have a look at that.
सत्य सनातन धर्म की आज के आनंद की वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की बाबा विश्वनाथ की
जानकी नायकं रामचन्द्रं भजे
That Aarti was really cool to watch, but it was so busy. That's the busiest I've ever seen, like any Aarti. Somehow though, we still managed to get a spot like right at the front. We were standing at the back for a bit, but then people kept leaving, so we managed to make our way to the front eventually. It actually starts at 6:30, not 7, but luckily we still made it there in time. So that was really cool. We'll definitely go and see Aarti again and maybe visit the Aarti at the other ghats while we're here. That was the end of day 1. So far, Varanasi has just been quite crazy. Way busier than I was expecting. Way different to what I was expecting, but maybe it'll get better with time. We will see. It's my second day in Varanasi today, and we're just heading out towards Ramnagar, so on the other side of the Ganges. Gonna go and explore on that side today. Right, so we've just driven all the way over to the other side. I'll show you on the maps what we saw, and we thought it would be like a nice little riverbank to walk across next to the Ganges. I've just got here and this is what we're working with. I don't know why Josh is even bothering to walk over there. I'm not getting stuck in that mud. I can't believe he's making me do this. Is that deer? What is that? Seriously, what is that? Is that deer? I've never seen one of those animals before. It's like a deer mixed with a cow. I don't know what the hell that is. I'm gonna have to look it up when we get back. But we're seeing more here than we saw on our actual safari. You expect me to jump over that?
Should be alright.
I'm telling you right now, I can't make that. Got some water buffalo taking a dip in the Ganges. And over there, I took a picture but I can't really see it anymore. There was actually some camels over there as well, taking a dip. It's quite cool actually. It gives you a different perspective of Varanasi. That you can't see the skyline when you're actually in Varanasi, but you can see it from over here. I mean, my camera isn't great, so it's not doing it justice, but it's quite pretty from over here. To be honest, this side is way nicer and calmer than the Varanasi side. Like the side with all the ghats. It's quite busy and dirty, but there's no one else around here really, just a few local people playing over there. And some buffalo having a bath. I mean, there was a nice quiet place, but sometimes it's a little bit too quiet. And then it just makes you feel slightly uncomfortable. So I think we're going to leave and go somewhere else now. Okay. We tried to go to this Durga temple and it's closed, the gate's locked. So I guess we're not allowed to go in? I don't bloody know. We're not having much luck in Varanasi, are we? Everything seems to be closed or expensive for foreigners at the moment. Right. Gonna try again to do something fun today. This is the fort, Ramnagar fort. So we're about to go in here, or see if we can get in here. It says it's free online, So we'll see if that's true. So we've made it in and haven't had to pay anything so far. This is the inside of the fort. Alright, surprise, surprise. Apparently we have to buy tickets to enter. No idea how much they're going to cost because online it said it was free, so we'll just have to ask, find out. Alright, it's 200 for foreigners in here. And you do have to get a ticket to go in, but I didn't want to go into the museum. I just wanted to walk around the fort. It looks like you can't do either without a ticket, so ticket has been acquired. Right, we're like halfway through walking around the museum now. There is quite a bit to see actually. It's mainly swords and guns and like those seats that the Maharaj would be carried around in. But it is so hot in there. There's like no air conditioning or anything. It's just a few fans in the ceiling and it's just kind of blowing the warm air around. So it's nice to step outside for a minute. You also can't take any pictures in there, which is a shame, but like a lot of places in India have the rule where you can't take pictures inside. So I feel like maybe it's a bit outdated at this point, seeing as everyone has cameras, like everyone's gonna try and take pictures, but yeah, so I can't show you what's inside unfortunately, but this is the view from the balcony where we're stood at the minute. So this is like the inside of the fort. Apparently we get a good view of the Ganges through this way. So we'll see. Okay. Selfie request. Oh, he was right. You can get a nice view of the Ganges and the outside of the fort. Tons of birds circling around. There must be some food over there. We finished up in the fort and we've come back to our room now. The fort was okay, to be honest. Like, it wasn't too expensive to enter, but there also wasn't really much to see. So if you're there, you could give it a visit, but you're not really missing much if you don't. And now this evening we're just walking to Harishchandra Ghat, which is another burning ghat, and going to see what's going on over there. About a 10-minute walk from Assi Ghat. So we're just walking over there. So our hotel is near Assi Ghat. There's all these little streets.
Hello. Hello, sir.
I think this might be the entrance to the ghat. Right next to the burning ghats. I'm not going to take a picture of the burning again, but here's the river. This is the actual ghat. See, there's loads of boats that go across it. One thing about Varanasi is that it smells quite bad everywhere you go. You know, I feel bad saying that, but you need to be prepared for it because you just walk down the streets and like, it's not good. It's probably one of the smelliest places I've visited in India. We were at the Karnataka Ghat, maybe, the one right next to Harishchandra, and now we are sat here watching the cremations. It's pretty intriguing, pretty crazy just to watch it actually going on. You see them bringing the bodies over and then putting them into the fire, and loads of people watching. Again, this isn't the main burning ghat, the main one is Manikarnika, which we went to yesterday. We'll probably end up going back before we leave. But this is another burning ghat. You can't really see the bodies, you just see the fires going, which is alright. When they bring the bodies out, they're wrapped up in sheets and stuff. So here they dip the bodies into the Ganges and then they cremate them, but there are 5 types of bodies that they don't cremate. There's pregnant women, people bitten by a cobra, children under 10, people with leprosy, and sadhus, because they are already cleansed, like they don't have any sins, so they don't get cremated, they just get put straight into the Ganges river, which is quite interesting to learn about. You know what, I was expecting it to smell really, really bad, but it actually doesn't. It just smells like a normal bonfire. I don't know how they do that. Like, how do they not make it smell? Pretty crazy just sitting here watching all the fires go off, knowing that they do this like round the clock every day, all day, I think I read there's like 300 cremations a day in Varanasi. It's crazy. Just left the burning ghat now. So like, although it doesn't smell, it does still have obviously like the fire smell, and it was getting a bit smoky for me, so I can't stay there for very long. I don't know what we're gonna do now. Maybe just take a walk through the streets. Got some lassi here from the street. So they add like this curd to the top and then this thing called milke, which makes it taste really good. How is it?
It's delicious, lassi. Really good.
Looks good. And it's only 80 rupees from the street stand as well. It's not bad. Okay, I'm back at the room now. It wasn't a very long walk that we did. We just kind of had a walk through the streets and then got some lassi, obviously. It's really hard to film when you're out and about though, because it's so loud, and it's hard to film without getting run over by people driving like crazy in the streets. And obviously you can't hear what I'm saying because people are just honking. I'm trying to film the best that I can. That's all for today. I'm gonna head to bed and gonna explore a different part of Varanasi tomorrow. We're gonna head a little bit more up north, I think. Gonna get some rest and prepare for that. Okay, so as I said last night, we're heading further north up in Varanasi today. We're gonna go and check out some temples first, so let's go. Oh my god, the drive up here was crazy. It was so busy. I kind of thought once we left the ghat area of Varanasi it would be quite calm, but couldn't be more wrong. It's just crazy, the whole drive. We're walking around Sarnath now. That's where we are. We're gonna go visit some temples, hopefully, and a nice park. They've got tons of Buddha statues, different markets around here. It's really cute actually, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
This is the Sarnath Buddhist temple, this one. It's a statue on the way up to the temple of Manikarnika Dharmapala, who is the founder of the Mahabodhi Society in India. We just went into the temple, really nice in there. I'll show you pictures that I took. The walls were all painted and then there was a big golden Buddha statue at the front. It was really nice to see actually, because there's so many Hindu temples around here that I forget I haven't seen a Buddhist temple in so long. Really nice to see something a bit different. There's actually loads of Buddhist temples around here because Sarnath is where the Buddha did his first sermon after gaining enlightenment in Bodh Gaya. So this is quite a historical place for Buddhism. Hopefully we'll see quite a few of the temples as we're walking around today. So inside here is a Bodhi tree, which is a sapling from the actual Bodhi tree in Bodh Gaya where Buddha was enlightened. That's crazy. I'm in the Bodhi garden. Could be quite quiet. It's a nice little calm garden just behind the Buddhist temple. It's got loads of cool stuff in it to see. You have to be quiet. Here is Buddha teaching his sermon. Joshi here is going to explain what these are.
So these are prayer wheels, and this is a big prayer written on the outside, and sometimes they have loads of prayers in the inside too. When you spin it, it sends the prayer off into the universe. Usually it's like Om Nama Padme Hum or something like that. It's a positive message.
We were gonna go into the little deer park that they have here, but we didn't end up going in because the ticket prices, they had an Indian price, an Asian price, and then any other kind of race price. But on top of that, you have to pay for photography charges, which is, again, is 20 rupees if you're Indian or Asian, and if you're not, then you have to pay 100 rupees to take pictures in there, which is just insane. Like, 200 rupees isn't a lot, but it's the principle of it really. The fact that we just have to pay more than double the amount, more than triple the amount. It's actually quite calm and serene walking around this part. I find it way nicer than walking around the ghat, ghats in Varanasi. This is way more up my street. Right, we're outside the entrance to a Thai temple now. Whoa, this is beautiful. This garden leading up to it. walls, beautiful lily pads and lotus flowers leading up to the giant Buddha statue. It's amazing artwork, all these golden statues going down here. Beautiful, it feels like I'm back in Thailand. And all of these flowers. Oh my god, I could walk around here all day. This Buddha statue is 80 feet and 9 inches tall. This is the outside of the Thai temple. So pretty. I love the shape of them. Got the little Thai flags all around as well. It's quite sweet. Just been inside the temple. As always, going to put a picture up here of what it's like inside. I find that Thai temples and Buddhist temples in general are quite less detailed than Hindu temples. Like there's no intricate carvings or anything inside, but they're kind of decorated a lot more with the gold and all of that stuff inside. But it's so hot today. We're actually running a little bit late today because we've got a boat ride booked for 5 p.m. and we didn't leave until like midday to come here because I had an incident with my makeup going everywhere, blah blah blah, not important. So it's we don't have as much time as we expected to have today, which is a real shame because I could literally spend all day walking around here. And I wanted to originally, but we're just going to do as much as we can. We have got to the Chinese Buddhist temple now. Here's the outside gate, nice and red with the wheels on top. Walking in.
So inside the temples you can really see the difference between different countries here. So in the Chinese one you see we have a lot of drinks and food that have been left inside the temple, which I haven't really seen anywhere else before.
Right, here is a Japanese temple. Pretty amazing, the structure of it.
Again, you can see the difference between the Japanese temple and the Chinese temple. This one has flowers instead of food and drinks.
Right, there is a Tibetan Buddhist monastery. I don't think we can go in there though. I don't think. Oh yeah, no, we can. Just figured it out. You know, we did manage to get in here. Well done, Josh, for finding that tiny door. I love all the Buddhist flags lined up everywhere. It's very cool. And I love the artwork from Tibet as well. I mean, I've never been to Tibet, but I've been to like Tibetan restaurants that are obviously decorated to look Tibetan. And the artwork is just always so nice. I love the colour schemes and everything, and I love the food. I would love to go to Tibet. Like, it's kind of similar to some old Indian artwork we've seen, but it's also quite different as well. It's got its own little twist, and they always have the same colours everywhere. Okay, we're entering this Korean temple now. There was no need for that beeping. God. I'm hoping we're allowed in here. The door was like open, but just pushed to. So this is the Korean temple entrance. I don't know what these are, but there's beautiful white flowers everywhere around here. Gorgeous. I think this must be the actual temple. It's called Buddha Hall. I don't know if we can actually go inside it though. It looks like it's closed. The thing I love most about Buddhist temples is that the gardens are always so well kept. Like, it's not just a temple in the middle of a street. There's always these gardens around it with loads of flowers, some kind of like statues leading up to the temple. It's really beautiful to walk around. It makes you feel very at peace. Okay, we've actually just had to rush back from Sarnath. So unfortunately, we couldn't spend too much time over there. We had to kind of make sure we were back for the boat ride. It was lovely over there. I really wish that we had like one extra day and we could just take the whole day to go over and explore Sarnath. They actually have this big Buddhist stupa and all these ancient remains of monasteries over there. You need a ticket to enter. It's about 250 rupees. And you can go walk around there. Obviously we didn't do that because we had limited time. So we just went around and saw all the temples instead. But beautiful place. It was really nice and interesting as well to see all of the different temples. Even though they were all Buddhist temples, you got the Chinese, the Japanese, the Korean, and the Tibetan and like Thai temples. There's all these different cultures in the same religion, and the temples really reflect that. It's very interesting to see. I loved it. They're all beautiful. So yeah, now we're just gonna get ready to go on the boat ride, and I'll take you with us for that. And that's gonna be the last thing we do in Varanasi because we're leaving tomorrow. And apparently we're waiting for the boat to come back. Not quite sure why. Maybe they like share boats out here. Still waiting on our boat ride. I don't actually know what we're waiting on. I was looking forward for a nice little sunset boat ride, but I think it's going to be dark when we get on this boat. You really see the beautiful side to Varanasi when you're out on the water, and you see the skyline of it with the sunset going down as well. There's Harishchandra ghat that we were at the other day. You can see the smoke coming up, and we were sat just over there, which is really cool. You can see really far ahead as well.
7 o'clock, 6:30.
That boat ride was amazing. I'm so glad that we did that, and especially being the last thing that we did on our last day here made it a lot more memorable. It was so beautiful just getting to sail down the river on our boat. As the sun was setting, we got to see the landscape of Varanasi in the sunlight, and then also after dark, see all the lights shining out onto the water. I think that was my favourite thing that we've done in Varanasi this whole time. And it really gave me that magical feeling of kind of watching going, I am in Varanasi, I can't believe I'm here, I'm on the Ganges, just looking out over Varanasi at the moment. It was truly incredible, and I would recommend to everybody to do that. We had a private boat trip and it was 700 rupees. So you can get boats from the Ghat, but they're going to charge you loads. This one guy tried to charge me and Josh 2,500 rupees for a boat ride. So just, if you're staying in a hostel or a hotel, get the owner of that place to book it for you if they can do that, because you know you're going to be getting a good price. I finally got that magical feeling that I said I was missing out on after my first day in Varanasi. I've experienced it now on our last day. So I'm going to end the day here, and then tomorrow I will give you my final thoughts and tips on going to Varanasi. Alright, so I'm leaving Varanasi today. That was the end of my trip. So I'm just going to run through bits that I liked, didn't like, and some tips for you if you're coming to Varanasi. So I'm going to be upfront about it. I do not like the bits around the ghats of Varanasi. The streets and the markets, they're just a bit noisy for me. And really, like, they smell as well, and it's genuinely quite bad. Like, each street has a different smell and it's just not very good. Not trying to be horrible, but trying to prepare you if you do come to Varanasi that you will have to face that. It's also very busy and crowded, which you might be used to if you live in India, if you live in a busy city, but I'm still not quite used to that. I prefer the calmer side of things and the more serene places that we visit. And again, you will also get approached by a lot of people asking for money. Now, some people obviously do need the money, and some people are doing it for scams. So just be aware of that. It's nice to help people out when you can, but you need to make sure that you're actually giving it to the right people, which can be difficult sometimes. But the bits I did like, I really enjoyed Sarnath, where we went yesterday, with all of the temples. I thought that was amazing. If I was to come back to Varanasi, I would spend a whole day, maybe 2 days exploring around there. It was so much calmer as well and quieter. It's a really nice place to walk around. And the boat ride that we did along the Ganges, 100%, you have to do that if you come to Varanasi. It gives the place a whole different perspective. It looks beautiful while you're on the water, and watching the sunset as well. If you can get it for sunset or sunrise, even better. It's just a really magical thing to do and a great way to end our trip here. Again, make sure you get a good price for that. We paid 700 for a private boat for 1 hour for 2 people. I wouldn't pay any more than that. So that is the end of this video. It's the end of my time in Varanasi. We're moving on now. Thank you so much for watching. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of our travels. Again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.